Champions League last 16 and PSG defeat Liverpool on penalties. The game ended 1-1 on aggregate, with PSG winning this evening's games 1-0 thanks to a goal from Dembele early in the first half. And this is the review of this game. This eagerly awaited second leg between two European heavyweights. How would the relatively inexperienced French side cope in the cauldron that is Anfield? That was the question before the game. As expected, the game started at a very high intensity. Liverpool had the first big chance after only 4 minutes. McAllister bursting into the box, and perhaps he should have shot across the keeper rather than pulling it back to the penalty spot. The ball was behind Jota, but to the feet of Salah, whose shot was deflected over by Mendes for a corner. 2 minutes later, Salah was in again. Showing his wizardry to nutmeg Mendes by the halfway line, he danced through defenders into the penalty box before unleashing a left-foot curler that was wide of the goal. In Paris, it was PSG who pushed Liverpool back. This time it was the Reds, encouraged by a wall of sound bombarding the players. And then, suddenly, out of the blue as it were, a ball from the left back finds midfield empty, except for Dembele, who had dropped deep. He turned to run at Liverpool defence, has time to play a ball inside Robertson to Barcola at the corner of the penalty box. Dembele continues his run and Barcola plays a ball to the penalty spot between Alisson and Konate, both running for the ball from opposite directions. With Konate lurking, Konate gets to the ball first, and his sliding intervention takes the ball away from Alisson, allowing Dembele to step past them to tap the ball into the empty net. Calamity for Liverpool. Shortly after 16 minutes, Paris were through again. Alexander-Arnold is dispossessed in midfield, and Paris now have a 5 versus 3 in attack. Kvaratskhelia collects the ball, driving into the Liverpool half before playing a lovely ball to Barcola, this time inside McAllister. Alisson, advancing, forces the young Frenchman to change direction, driving him parallel to the goal, and is able to control the angle to block and gather the shot. Despite Paris looking dangerous on the break, Liverpool still came forward with purpose. Robertson and Alexander-Arnold might have been seen defensively as an area to attack by the French team, especially by Barcola and Kvaratskhelia. But noticeably, Van Dijk stayed left, close to Robertson, and Konate outright next to Alexander-Arnold, with Gravenberch often filling in the centre of defence. McAllister and Szoboszlai were powerhouses in the centre, covering every blade of grass between each penalty area. McAllister playing a little bit deeper than his colleague. Each team was looking for a killer pass from inside their half, looking to exploit the pace of their attackers. On 31 minutes, McAllister lost the ball inside his half under pressure from Vitinho and Ruiz. Kvaratskhelia played the loose ball into the path ahead of Dembele and passed the despairing lunge of Alexander-Arnold, but unfortunately for the Frenchman, his next touch was strong, allowed Alisson to pounce and snatch the ball from his feet. At 34 minutes, Paris had another great opportunity. This time, Kvaratskhelia shooting over from Dembele's low cross. But on replay showed that actually Gravenberch's outstretched leg took the ball deflected the ball over what looked like a certain goal. This was a game of high intensity, high levels of desire, with high levels of quality, both teams going for the win. And Van Dijk and Konate splitting in the centre of defence allowed Robertson and Alexander-Arnold to try to get forward as much as possible. Then the last chance of the half, Dembele facing up to Robertson on the corner of the penalty area. He steps inside, shoots for the far corner. McAllister back, helping his teammate, sticks out a leg again, and this time again for Liverpool, they are fortunate. The ball deflects up and away from Alisson's right-hand post. And at the end of the half, it's still 1-0 to Paris on the night, 1-1 on aggregate, all to play for in the second half.